So in the last episode, we kind of saw both Dean and Ethan ruffle some feathers in different ways. Can you give us any teases on whether we might continue to see some kind of issues and butting of heads among different members of the team as we move forward with the season?
You do it, Brian.
Oh, well, yeah, I think that's all we're going to do is butt heads. And Dean butt heads with other members of our department, and Ethan maybe trying to like clean up after his messes. I think
we even call each other butthead. Hey, butthead.
Yeah,
butthead.
Yeah, that's what we do. I think that we've nicknamed each other buttheads on the show too. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of that. I think the dynamic in which Dean Archer kind of brings into the Chicago Med kind of formula creates this huge kind of conflict amongst the entire ED. And I think Ethan, being the chief now and bringing him in, has a huge responsibility into trying to kind of tame each situation as it goes along. So I think that's a really cool dynamic that we've established.
What he said. Ditto.
Thanks, butthead.
You got it, butthead. Well, you know, in a way, I can elaborate if you want, or I can just sit here.
Yeah, I fire away.
All right. You asked for it. No, I mean, clearly that, you know, the thing about the character of Dean Archer is that he has an ego and he has a past, and in which he was very assertive and figured strongly in Ethan's world. And now here he comes, and he hasn't made the adjustment to his new surroundings. He assumes that the surroundings will adjust to him. And that's the root of some of the kind of abrasiveness. And he doesn't realize that he's a little past his prime, you know, and he's got to change. He's got to let go of his past or else be dragged. And this is hard. This is a hard lesson for people like Dean or like me. You know, it's you learn these things late in life, and sometimes you need conflict and challenges to make you realize that. And that's kind of what's happening, especially between Ethan and Dean. You know, Ethan was generous enough to bring his old mentor back, but his old mentor is changed a little bit. His ego is bruised. It's weird, and Ethan still has to keep, you know, he's got to comport himself as really, you know, head of the ED, and he's got to, he can't buckle for this, you know, this old goat. You know, he's got to school his mentor in a sense. So there's a lot of that going on, and the show is starting to hint at some darker stuff that both Ethan and Dean have inside them.
Awesome,
thank you,
guys.
Cody. Sorry, Cody, we need to continue. Meredith, can you hop on? Thank you.
Good tease, Steve.
Hi, both of you. Thanks for being here. So you kind of talked a bit about their past, but how much are we going to hear about their past moving forward?
A lot. Yeah, I think moving forward, the writers have created an incredible dynamic. Us both being in the Navy, we have a history and a past that will reveal itself, and I think it's really grounding, and then there's an incredible understanding within one another. There's a sense of a relationship that you will come to see and notice, I feel, in certain episodes that really kind of tell who these guys are and how they actually fit together. And it creates the dynamic kind of moving forward. So when things do go off rail and come back together, there's a sense of understanding that I feel no other character has, or no other character Ethan has, except for with Dean.
You know, and I also have a feeling that, you know, the show, which is known for, you know, really attacking real life issues, medical issues, health issues, that the storyline between Ethan and Dean is going to touch on some actual things that people experience in our society, and it's a little different, you know, given the show's history, and in fact the history of a lot of shows like this. They're taking a little bit of a chance here. They're going a little deeper, I think, without giving too much away, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to get fired before I for spilling the beans.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Dana, you're up.
Hi, we touched upon a little bit about you saying that, you know, your ego is damaged and it's going to be a lot of darker and deeper things that we see later on in the episodes that's in the season. I was wondering, do we ever see you lose focus because of that kind of damaged ego?
I mean, again, without giving anything away, it's, yeah, I mean, people, he gets a little thrown and triggered, and so does Ethan, and it spreads. It's a little weird. I gotta say, weird's the wrong word. It's compelling, and it's dramatic. So yeah, your instincts are correct. And again, I think it's to the show's credit, the writer's credit, that they're seeing an opportunity to explore an aspect of these characters, especially Ethan's character, by bringing Dean in as a trigger. It's pretty interesting. And it kind of, it breaks the show out in a couple of different areas that are unexpected, I think. And look, it's not magic or fantastical. It's
Right.
all realistically portrayed.
Yeah, and I think also one of the things that I love about the dynamic between the two characters and what our writers are doing is that the situations that we will uncover and discover about ourselves are through our characters. They're not through like another patient coming in or something else outside of our own relationship. So what I love about that dynamic is because we're so close and everyone is kind of invested in us, when you see us experiencing these particular things, it's much more impactful.